title of this mini podcast is Student or Teacher? Let me toss this thought your way. At any given moment, you're both a student and a teacher. You're learning and you're passing something along, whether you mean to or not. Most of what we learn early on, we don't even realize we're learning it. Just sort of seeps in. Watching, mimicking, absorbing, monkey see, monkey do. And here's the catch. We can only teach what we've learned. So if nothing new gets in, nothing new gets passed on. That cycle stays stuck until something breaks it. Usually it's a person, a teacher, someone who challenges what we think we already know and hands us a new way of seeing things. That's where the line often attributed to the Buddha comes in. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. But I always thought of that a little bit differently. The teacher's been there the whole time. It's the student who shows up late. So how do we stop being a tardy student? Curiosity. And here's the interesting part. Curiosity doesn't usually show up when things are going great. Oh, no. It shows up when you're stuck, frustrated, spinning your wheels. You start asking, is this really it? There's got to be a better way. And that question, that little crack in certainty, that's what lets something new in. That's what leads you to a teacher. But even then, that's not enough. You've probably had this happen. You're introduced to a great new idea. It makes total sense. And then, nothing. It just sits there. Why? Because we start arguing for our limitations. It won't work. That's not me. People like me don't do that. And just like that, learning shuts down. So here's the pivot. Action is what turns learning into something real. Otherwise, it's just interesting information. Think of it like a football coach. You can memorize every play in the book, recite it perfectly. But until you take the ball and actually run with it, you haven't learned a thing. You're just repeating. There's an old line from the Grasshopper that says it perfectly. A parrot can quote a sacred text, but only a hypocrite can defile it. And we defile what we learn when we leave it sitting on the shelf as just a good idea. So if you really want to honor your teachers, step out of the crowd and onto the field. Try something. Risk something. That's where learning actually happens. That's where you stop being a spectator and start becoming both the student and the teacher. All the best, John.